Hey guys, Holly here. Well, I'm finally in week 4 of English composition, and this is my final week. It's Wednesday. It's 11:30. It's late, so pretty much it's almost Thursday. And today I finished off my 2 assignments. Thank God. I finished off my nomination for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Basically, just had to write a piece about, a contemporary musician, which is someone who hasn't been out there that long, kind of shorter than the 25 years that they require to be inducted into the hall. So I picked out David Draiman, which is, of course, Disturbed's vocalist. Awesome metal band. Really. If you don't know who they are, listen to them. But, so I wrote about him, 400 to 600 words, typical. Just wrote about, a little bit who he was, and basically his works, and just a little summary. That was it. Pretty simple. The the hard part was I had to write. It was called revision of responding to pop culture. It's basically I had to take my old post from the responding to pop culture. That's where I had to write it. I wrote about Half-Life 2. I had to put research into it. I had to do it in APA formatting, which is basically the fancy, pretty much college way of writing a paper. I've never done it before, and I think I did pretty well. I had to, put a cover letter, or not a cover letter, or just a cover page, and then I had to put my original post, and I had to, revise it. It has to be double spaced, 12-point Times New Roman, all that fancy stuff. Otherwise, get points counted off. I had to revise it. That means I had to edit it. I had to research from a reliable source. I did it from the New York Times. I found a really good article about Half-Life 2 because, it was a very big game back in 2004 when it came out. It still is. But I basically just had to insert points that the guy made who wrote this article 6 years ago, and I lined it up properly to what I was talking about. I was talking about City 17 and the Combine soldiers, or not the Combine soldiers, the Combine police force, and I wrote about a little bit about them. That I put in a paragraph that this guy wrote about how they're brutal. They throw a soda can down and they force you to pick it up, and if you don't, they beat you. Pretty much, he gave that kind of description, so on and so forth. I had to, you know, do all that. Then I had to put my references. I only had one on the second to last page, and then on my last page, I had to write a reflection of basically, what I learned in my 4 weeks in English composition, and real short, 200 words, but I actually had a hard time getting those 200 words. So I was at like 204 words. I barely made it. And that's pretty much it. I'm finished with English composition. I'm happy. I'm ready to start game history. And speaking of game history, I said in my last vlog that I was getting a couple of textbooks. I got them yesterday, and I actually have them sitting right here. This one, oh, look at this file cabinet, I swear. But this is the Ultimate History of Video Games. Basically, I thumbed through this earlier today. It starts back in. It talks about before Pong. This is actually, it starts a little bit before video games. This starts with pinball. Pinball machines? These started back in the 30s and 40s. These really did kick off the video games. And it took a while, to get to Pong. It took about 30 years to get to Pong. But it really did, kick it off. inspired people. Pinball actually came from playing billiards. I didn't know that. Yeah, it was billiards. You used to shoot cue balls up a sloped table, and you had to get them into these 9 holes and score points. So I don't know. Sounds kind of boring to me, but I'm so used to playing like Xbox. And then it goes all the way up to about the coming of the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. Was written in 2001. The guy, he actually was going to stop writing it in 95, but so much was going on, he continued to write and write, and he used, quote, like his last couple sentences, finally published the damn thing, but, he kind of missed out on the actual consoles that are out right now. Would have been interesting to hear what he had to write about them, but last thing he talks about is Bill Gates releasing the Xbox. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with this so far, but it is huge. It's like 600 pages. And then the other one I got was A Theory Fund for Game Design. This one I kind of barely flipped through it. It's real small. So basically it just talks about what makes a game fun. And it actually has a lot of illustrations too, pictures. But yeah, basically so far I have that. And I start game history on the 1st of August. And that's going to be a little crazy because I actually move in a couple days. So it's going to be wild because I'm not going to be fully set up in my apartment. I don't have my electricity turned on. It won't be turned on. So I'm probably going to have to stay home. Well, home as in parents' home. Because I'm just fresh out of high school. So basically I'm probably going to have to come back here. I won't be set up with the internet and nothing. But yeah, lots of craziness. But I think that's about it for right now. I guess when I get more established, like in my apartment, kind of give you a little tour around it. As I talk about my first week of game history, just because it's going to be something to talk about, something exciting. I think that's about it for week 4. What else is there to talk about? I guess there's nothing else to talk about. I've said enough. I'm going on, 8 minutes and 8 minutes, almost 30 seconds. So I think I need to cut this out and just get back to you later on what's going on. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.